I don't know, I always cringe when I say my name. It's a little bit stupid, but regardless, today I'm making a little bit of a, live stream or video as you call it. And I'm only talking about quickly going over the fact that EA today, as of October 22nd, 2021, for FIFA 22 obviously, have released new cards, new content to be specific, on Ultimate Team. And for those of you that do play it, and let's say like me, if you're like me that I really don't play it at all, like you're kind of just there whenever you can, I'm pretty sure we all go through different stages with this game, and nowadays a lot of people don't even care about playing that much anymore. Like, and I mean, I've always been like that, like I only play it when I have time. I literally get on Warzone after playing this game for 2 hours because I can't stand playing this game for that long, right? But regardless, yeah, I mean that's my opinion. Obviously, like I said, we all have our different opinions, or our different ways we handle our way at this game. Anyways, regardless, quickly just wanted to go over the fact that EA have released new cards, right? And something that got my attention is oh boy, excuse me. Something that got my attention is the amount of cards that they released today, right? And obviously we all expected that because of how the market kind of crashed. And I don't know much about market stuff, so that's why I'm not going to talk about that stuff that much. I'm not trying to touch that kind of information that I really overall don't understand the whole concept of it. But I have mostly a pretty big idea of how it works. But regardless, the point is the amount of cards that they released today and the type of cards that they released today. Literally just these two being like the two cards that play really good in the meta is literally enough for you guys to like realize that this game is now on a different stage. So now these teams that you guys regularly play with, they're kind of gonna be set aside after a certain point, especially in Weekend League. For those of you guys that eventually play Weekend League, like me myself, I every now and then like to enjoy myself a bit of Weekend League, but obviously it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes to be put under this certain pressure that the game puts us under, and it really is stupid because the pressure that we're getting put on is kind of unnecessary. But regardless, I'm not here trying to cry about it. It's just something pretty obvious, self-explanatory, something that we already know happens. It's something we gotta act like it's something that we never seen it ever coming, or obviously this game, as promising as it might have seemed for the longest, it doesn't really matter. It's just like gonna be like that forever. But anyways, like I said, now that we're rocking with these certain teams, it's about time we start upgrading, I guess. And I think EA kind of missed out on is the content they released in terms of like milestones. I think that they probably should have started with those a little bit earlier now, because like I said, thing about milestone cards is that they revolve around a lot more about people getting on the game and trying to grind for these unique cards, because obviously these cards are going to be there forever, but like people are still going to be like trying to get them, because obviously these cards are going to play good for us better than our regular gold cards. And obviously not all of us have a chance to get coins, either because we don't want to spend money in this game, or we don't really like see this game in that kind of way that we need to spend money in it, because really this is what this game is about. It's all about paying to win, or to get yourself out luck. You got to spend those FIFA points, or you know what I mean? Like, you really do, because that's the only way you can keep yourself ahead of the game, and be able to, like, even if you play good, you need to have good players so you can perform in champions and you actually get good rewards from there. But like I said, the whole system in here, it's kind of rigged, but it's pretty rigged. But regardless, there are really a lot of cards that I wanted to go over that they could really help out your guys' teams, because I'm looking at them right now and the stats that they have and the promises I see them having, they really like I mean, EA have done a good job when it comes to making these cards. And first off, I'm going to talk about these Europa League cards, which, by the way, they are going for so much cheaper than a lot of these UCL cards. I have no idea why. Because, for example, Isak, I don't think he's that like much better, like as in like how Timo Werner is bound to be, because I know Timo Werner's card and I have it, right? Literally his gold card is already a menace of society, and you know, like this other card that came out is obviously going to be a piece of shit, going to be destroying everybody's teams, right? But like I said, it's Isak. He's definitely going to decrease in price. I promise you guys that he's bound to go down to 40 to 30 something K within the next week, you know. Now, another thing that I say about it is the work rates and the weak foot on this card are what make upper, obviously the height as well, are what make him have this upper, I guess, advantage over the Timo Werner card, as well as the possibility of you upgrading the dribbling stats with the engine chemistry style. So that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, it's probably best that you take in mind looking into these Europa League cards, because their price, for example, this Tillemans, he's right now going for like 40 something K, and I can see why, because of the pace decrease being decreased this year. I'm pretty sure, I think last year his pace was a little bit over 70, and you know, definitely it's pretty sad to see him, literally his first inform still not be good enough on pace. Kind of a little shitty stuff by EA, but like I said, I kind of see it as a way too, that the fact that he's gonna upgrade soon enough, and obviously him being in the Premier League is a good link ability for us, as well as Isak too. I forgot to mention that the La Liga links are a good reason to keep this card keep these cards in mind to keep in our teams if we wish to, right? Obviously, he's not going to be a good CDM, but he'd be a really good center mid, box to box, because the shooting stats and the passing stats are literally really good, especially the dribbling. I feel like the dribbling doesn't look that good, but when you get into a game with it, if it wasn't for the pace, obviously it would be a little more better, but you know, with the pace and low agility being really low, as well as the strength and all that other stuff, it does look like it's a really bad card, and that's probably why he's going for cheap. But like I said, just give this card like literally a chance, like maybe 2 more upgrades, and I guarantee you this card is going to be playing like if it was a team of the season. Like really, I really think you guys should look into these Europa League cards, because they really, I mean, to me they're really good. Look at this Tapsoba, like I know look, when you look at these cards, literally think about it. So Tapsoba doesn't have that much pace, right? And he doesn't have that much physical, but his interceptions are really high, so the fact that you can put an anchor on this card, and even though he doesn't have that much pace, but remember, this guy has a really high, really big, tall, like, dude, so he's got a lot of height in him. And I mean, literally with the anchors chemistry style, the jumping goes up to 91, the strength goes up to 94, the aggression goes up to 88. So this guy, even though he don't look like he gonna be fast, I guarantee you, this card is gonna be a freaking pain in the ass for literally a long time in this game. Especially because Leverkusen aren't that bad right now, so I'm pretty sure they could be getting out of their group, like for to the next stage. I'm pretty sure they can rock that. They got a pretty good team going on right now, so that as well. Obviously, this Diallo card, he doesn't look as good right now. We probably have to give him time to grow eventually, you know, because obviously the dribbling stats they kind of look like they need a little work on. But you know, also the shooting stats, the attack position, I think is what kills this card the most, because you can't apply a finisher to this card. Because of that, you probably would have to give him a dead eye if you really have to use this card, which I wouldn't if I were you. But like I said, these Europa League cards are literally what you want to go for. If you want to, you know, go up in in the competition of the weekend league. Obviously, the Fakir all is literally the face of this whole promo for the Europa League cards. He literally is the best card right now. Personally, looking at his stats and Bernardo Silva's, even though Bernardo Silva is a later release card, I still believe Bernardo Silva is literally a lower tier card compared to this one. So, you know, another card that I wanted to mention to you guys was his Traore card. This Traore card literally looks cracked out of his mind. Literally just how it is right now. You can just apply a shadow to him, have 99 pace, have 87, you know, all those defensive stats, which honestly you don't really need right now. But as he grows, as you see this card grow, you're gonna see literally the potential he has to be like one of the best fullbacks in this game. Because I mean, I've seen and played against this guy. A lot of videos, obviously too. I've seen a lot of videos of how this card plays, and you know how people try to use the most of this card over his potential. You know, obviously the shooting and the passing stats aren't that good, but the short passing is good enough. So for me, I would play this card over Hakimi, like, if you ask me, you know. Even though Hakimi for the links is a little bit better, but regardless. Another card that I've seen the market go for low is the El Shaarawy card. And obviously the El Shaarawy card doesn't look that good right now. But like I said, if you apply a marksman into this card, with those dribbling stats, this card is going to be cracked. Just imagine literally the amount of dribbling this card has just right now. Because the agility in that card is really high. So, and in this game, I can really tell that agility is really good. Obviously, composure isn't as high, and the passing isn't as high, and neither is the stamina. But being 81 stamina right now for the game is decent enough, and this card is not bound to go over 100k. I guarantee that, you know. So, like I said, keep your eye out on these cards, because these cards can get upgraded very, very like a lot, you know. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was, for example, the way I rock my team. It's right now, as of right now, if I were to play a guy that has at least two of the new promo cards, he is bound, if he's the same level as I am in terms of build we are, like how we can play this game, he is bound to rock my world. Because first of all, my defenders are pretty much still gold, as well as my whole team pretty much. It's just gold. There's no special cards for now, right? But literally it's going to be difficult if I feel like I need to, you know, I feel like I want to play the way I do without having to go super defensive and try to use some stupid game mechanic with the defensive AI, like we already know that this game makes us use. Because I mean, it's just stupid when you play Weekend League, right? And that's how you bad experience. So yeah, I mean, literally this here, I mean, I see the potential that we all can use all these cards in our teams and still be good. Because, for example, I use this Mario Hermoso, and this Mario Hermoso, you literally look at this card, his aggression and his strength, they literally aren't like that. They literally feel different. He has this thing where he's like, I don't know if it's a dives and tackles trait, but he literally does not let the opponent leave out of his sight. This man plays for the badge, and that's why I use this kind of cards. Because I mean, him and Pepe, you already know Pepe, man. Pepe is my A1 day one. Like he's literally a card I'm going to be using for quite a long time right now. Because I mean, unless they take out some other inform. Because I mean, look at this card, man. Dives in a tackle trait, leadership trait, which I don't really think I really need it. But anyways, the physical, man, the 86 strength with the 94 aggression, 89 jumping. This guy can jump for a header with that aggression, guys. He really does play for the badge for me, in my opinion. Literally, the key to my defense is literally these three right here. I don't really see a Cancelo playing much in terms of my defense. I really see him more like a right mid at the moment, because that's how he plays. he kind of just passes and goes, you know, like a fullback does with pace. So, you know, he still is useful, but, you know, he's not as defensive as these three back here in the back. You know, so like I said, this is what kind of what you guys want to do. And another card that I spent money on was this Gravenberch. I personally think right now this card is really good. I really like this card, you know, like regardless of how the links are right now, this card has the potential to be one of the best center mids, you know, not just box to box, just straight up center mids. Like probably get even play DM soon enough he gets enough for his defensive stats and pace as get an upgrade, you know, because I mean, yeah, this card I've used him, and this card playing up top and playing back, he really does a job. So like I said, you know, keep in mind when you build your teams that these new cards are out. Now that this new content is out, I want you guys to keep in mind that the game is going to totally change now. You're not going to see like one guy with the Sun, you know, with the Sun, what is it, knockout stage green card every 5 games. You're going to see like 30 more people have cards like those, you know, because now we have more content. So have to keep an eye out on, you know, how we're handling our business around this kind of stuff, you know, because if you really are into making your team with the most potential as you possibly can, and you still want to be able to play week in league and not worry about having to, you know, spend money in this game, just keep in mind that I mean, in this game, there's a lot of possibilities now, especially this year. Not like last year. Last year was literally a piece of garbage playing this game because every other card, every single time there's a new promo, pretty much most of the cards were getting put under the meta of the game, unless it was like Mbappe or Neymar. But every other card, like any card, was pretty much put out of the picture of the game because that's how the game is formatted. But like I said, this game is formatted a little bit differently. It's still dog shit, but you know, it still gives you the chance to build your team. And if you pretty much have skill in this game and you know how to use your tactics, which kind of things, I think it's stupid that tactics have to do so much when it comes to how your team can perform against someone else's, because I mean, I feel like that's a little bit sus. You know, that's a personal opinion, obviously. We all have our opinions about this game, but I mean, that's mine, you know, like, and like I said, everyone has their own. And I really appreciate you guys if you really, you know, if any of you thought about checking out this video, you know, really do appreciate you stopping by. Once again, like I said, let me know what you think about this content, you know, like if you think, what do you think about the new promo? Do you think EA have done so good right now with the new patch? Have they have stuff to work on more than they did last year, or do you think this year is a little bit of a steps going forward? You know, let me know. You know, you guys play a little bit more Ultimate Team, which there are very few of those nowadays, so you know, it's kind of sad, you know, just diverting people away from the game is kind of sad. And that's what's turning us into a toxic community, because every day less and less people that generally want to enjoy this game are literally not interested in playing anymore. So you know, that's sad. Once again, like I said, that's pretty sad, you know, the game is like that, and hopefully everything changes, because you know, I remember playing back in the day, you know, people were enjoying themselves a little bit more, and you know, as the years pass, everything just seems to get worse. So you know, you guys can just, you know, let me know what you think. If you're, you know, how long you've been playing FIFA, how far back have you been playing FIFA since you remember. You know, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, you know, give a comment. I appreciate it, you know, and I hope you guys really have a good one. Okay, thank you.